My people, welcome back to the podcast, baby. We got the first episode out the way. Y'all know when starting something new and vulnerable like this, it takes a lot of courage. So thank y'all for listening. And if you haven't, go check out episode 1. Let me know what you thought. Leave me a comment on Instagram, Facebook, wherever. Just let me know what you're thinking about the vibe. Now we're about to go on and jump into this thing because this is an important topic. This episode is for anyone feeling stuck in autopilot or craving more from life but not knowing how to achieve it. You see the title already. Living versus surviving. Now on the outside, survival can look like success. But on the inside, you might feel numb, disconnected, or like you're constantly bracing for life instead of flowing with it. If you ever felt this way, then this conversation is definitely going to be for you. I didn't even realize this played our community so much until I took a deep dive and looked into my own life and started hearing so many of my friends and peers showing the same signs of living in a state of survival. Yeah, we go so hard at life. And as a result, end up burnt out, exhausted, and ready to end it all every other month. That's no way to live. Like for myself, I knew I had a little bit of anxiety, but I thought it just came from, stress or something. Not knowing that anxiety was stemmed from me operating in survival mode my entire life. Now, survival mode is nothing but a trauma response. And a trauma response is the body and mind's way of reacting to a perceived threat or traumatic event. Many of us are stuck in survival mode because that's what we know. Hell, that's all we know. We were raised to survive. We were raised to do whatever we needed to do to make it happen, and sometimes by any means necessary. See, I was raised by a single mother in the hood, and if it's one thing that she taught me how to do, that was survive by any means. Hell, my whole family taught me how to survive. Now that I think about it, that's all they knew how to do, was survive. They always operated from a state of fight or flight. Now, this wasn't a horrible thing for me to learn, as a kid per se. However, it wasn't the most productive or healthiest thing for me to learn or see growing up as a kid. And I'm sure a lot of y'all can resonate. The thing is, when operating from a state of survival, we are often programmed at a younger age through habits and watching our parents or whoever may raise you function in their day-to-day lives. Whether it's constantly working just to pay bills or constantly living with a lack of mindset or the idea that nothing good will ever happen for them. That idea is embedded in our subconscious mind as we develop. We then grow up as teenagers and adults that navigate life through these same states of fear, anxiety, and scarcity, always feeling the need to be in control because we're scared something bad is going to happen. We always feel the worst and always waiting on the other shoe to drop. Like, damn, can we just live? Y'all, that shit is so draining. That's living from a state of survival. And I struggled with this so bad and didn't even realize it because this was my normal. This is what I saw. Since we are so impressionable as kids, we take in everything that we see up until the age of maybe 7 or 8. So all of those survival behaviors grow with us. Yeah, that's so sad. And the crazy thing is, when you think about it, this is the normal day-to-day life for so many of us. Survival mode is normalized in so many of our households because it's seen as the only way to navigate life. It's seen as the only way to function as a society. And many people never grow up out of this mindset to see that this isn't the only way to navigate life. Think of your family members, friends you may be no longer in contact with, and just look at how survival mode has taken over their lives. Yeah, I be damn. The cycle breaks right now. Like, can you honestly imagine living your entire life under this mindset? Survival mode teaches us to play small, to play by the book and be comfortable. Get a job so we can get paid every 2 weeks to pay our bills that we can barely afford, take care of the family, and then we can possibly take one vacation a year if that. That's crazy, but that's the American dream, right? Get the house, get the job, get the family. Yeah, I can keep that. Survival also teaches us that we can screw over whomever and do whatever we need to do just to get ahead or gain certain things in life. Now, I won't even get too deep into that because I've done some things in my past for survival tactics that I'm not too proud of. And I'm sure I'm not the only one. Some of y'all would definitely get where I'm coming from. And this will only apply to a few. So if you know what I mean, then you get it. And that's all I'm going to say. But you see, the beautiful thing about healing and evolving, we learn and we grow. And see, this is what we're doing now, healing and moving on. Yeah, the thing is, for a lot of us, this ideology has kept us in a box and shackled to this programming. It starts to stunt our creativity and keep us from truly experiencing freedom. Now, just to say it, this isn't a knock to anyone who has a job or a career that they love. That's not the case at all. Because if you have a job and a career that you're excelling in, you're proud of, you're working in purpose, you're happy, you're fulfilled, then this doesn't apply. But for the others of you who are not fulfilled and are not happy and not living the lives that you dream, this is for you. Now, living in survival mode can look different for many people. Some of you are constantly trying to keep busy or always doing something with no real fulfillment, no real joy in life or passion for what you're doing. And a lot of us have made decisions out of fear or just to play it safe. I was so guilty of this. But then it starts to feel like your soul is dying for something new, something fresh and different. But you just can't take that leap of faith on yourself in a new direction. Like, what is that? Some of y'all may even jump from job to job trying to make it, only to end up in the same space mentally. Why is that? I want you to ask yourself that right now. Why is that? Am I living or just surviving right now? Think about it. The funny thing is, as you navigate your life in survival mode, your body and your nervous system is constantly giving you clues that this isn't even normal or healthy. Oh, and by the way, just in case you're wondering what your nervous system is, it controls the communication network in our body that's responsible for coordinating activities and transmitting signals through the body. So in survival mode, your body goes into a high alert, signaling stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline that then starts to flood your nervous system. As a result, you may develop health problems, find yourself always tired, and a lot of people start to develop unhealthy eating habits just to function. It's like your body is in a prolonged state of stress and you can't calm down for nothing or feel safe no matter what. It's a horrible experience, and we try doing any and everything that we can just to cope during this time. And honestly, this is where a lot of us start to do unhealthy habits, excessive drinking, maybe even doing a drug or two, overeating, doing anything just to numb the feeling of being in survival mode. When I was stressed and operating from a state of survival and wasn't even aware, I overindulged like crazy in the past. It's like I needed everything I could find to help me cope. I had no sense of self-control at all, even though it may have never looked like it on the outside. I hid what I did quite well. See, I was taught to put on that smile. So long as my hair was cut and my skin was clear, nobody would think otherwise. It was all about the simple pleasures of the flesh in all aspects to me at that point, because I had no control over my mental. I would never forget, many moons ago, I was dating this guy and he told me, Demi, you don't have to go so hard. You can relax. Yeah, I looked at this man like he was crazy. I thought, I can't relax, like I got too much to do. But now looking back, that was my survival mentality and self-sabotaging voice speaking out loudly. And only now do I understand what he was showing me. Hear me clearly now in this moment. Until you realize for yourself that you have the capability to change, only then will you change. Now, when you're ready to actually start living life and not just surviving, that's when things are going to look different. That's when things are going to turn around, because you're no longer rooted in fear and having control over every aspect of your life. Living means surrendering. You're surrendering to the infinite possibilities of your creativity and what life can bring to you. You're surrendering to what's possible. That's one of the biggest lessons you'll have to learn during this healing journey. You are not here to force life. You don't have to force anything in life. You are here to simply flow, to be creative, and express yourself however you feel called to, and to live not from a place of fear, but from a state of being sure of yourself, being sure of your capabilities and your true power, being sure of your inner wisdom and your inner strength. I want y'all to see and understand how amazing this is going to feel. And it's a process, because I still battle with it, but I'm more self-aware now. So when I'm drifting in those survival mentalities, I'm able to catch myself and get realigned Once y'all truly start living life, you'll feel yourself being led by your spirit and your soul. It's just gonna feel different. Like, I can't even explain it. It's just a feeling. You'll start doing things that feel good, like really feel good. Not just because you must do them, but because you want to do them. Doing things that genuinely make you happy and leading you toward your desired reality and what you really want and see for your life. That's what it means to start living. Learning to slow down and take life in. Now, you may not be able to say it, but I'm going to say it for you. Fuck that job. Take a break. Call out if you need to. Prioritize yourself and your mental health for one. Put them damn kids to bed. Hell, put the dogs to bed too. And go take a bubble bath. Go take a walk. Or just sit outside and just be still with yourself. You are allowed to slow down. You don't have to give 1,000% every damn day. It's okay. It's okay. Relax. Call out shit. Yeah, we watch our parents and our ancestors work themselves to death trying to survive. That's not going to be you. We have the opportunity to do things differently. You need this time for yourself. That's what really living is. You don't have to conform to any standard or any expectations. Nothing. I mean, not a damn thing. Too often we feel like we have to be this or have to be like that to function or be accepted. You can just be you unapologetically. So you gotta start moving from a place of faith and not fear. You must know that whatever you want to achieve or whatever you want to do with your life, you can do it. Whatever you want to create, you can create it. You have everything you need inside of you to be it. You don't need nothing outside of you. I'm gonna remind you right now, yes, you're that fucking powerful. I know you've never heard it and no one's telling you that, but I am. I want you to feel that, really feel that, hear that. Start trusting and knowing that you are supported even when you don't believe it or see a way. Just know it and make sure that you are actively living in alignment with your soul and what feels good to you. Once you start living and you start to give up that control, you have to start living from a place of authenticity. You have to start living from a place of truly being you, the essence of you, not your persona or the identity that you created out of fear to survive. Living from this new state is going to help you to live your life in a capacity that feels true to you and not out of survival. Now you got to sit with yourself and figure out what that looks like on a deeper level. Living in honesty and truth means being seen, heard, and honored for who you are at a soul level. At your core, authenticity is always going to feel calm. It's going to feel like something that comes naturally and with ease. As you grow and evolve as a person, things will change. Naturally, you will change, but the authenticity should still be at the core of who you are being. And a lot of you forgot who you were through programming from your childhood. Hell, learn behaviors and simply trying to survive. I'll be the first to raise my hand. Yep, that was me. I forgot. I was so focused on surviving at one point in my life that I lost sight of my inner connection to source and who I truly was. And that was a hard pill to swallow. If you ever feel yourself questioning your authenticity, ask yourself, where am I shrinking to survive? And where am I conforming to fit in? Use those questions as reference and think pieces and enter a state of reflection to get the answers that you need. Now, deciding to live is a daily choice that you must choose. It doesn't come easy. Of course it doesn't. What does? You must practice it, especially if you're already pre-programmed, because it's in your DNA. It's already in your mind. So you must choose new actions that are aligned with living and not surviving. You must put new boundaries into place and start telling yourself the truth. Only at this point will you now consciously be deciding to make new life decisions that will change your inner programming. Decisions that aren't made from fear, but made from alignment. That's when you start breaking the cycle. So I want to ask you right now, are you ready to live or continue to survive? Yeah, we've been surviving for too long. We've been surviving for too long. I am exhausted. I had to make a change. I could no longer live my life from a state of fear. My soul was telling me something different. I had to make a change. And I know y'all feel that. Your soul is asking you to show up differently, to do things differently, and start to really live your life. Ask yourself the hard questions and choose to stop existing. I want to see you live. I want to see y'all live life. We were not born to just survive. You were born to live boldly and evolve out loud, baby. Come on. What we doing? That's all I got for this episode. I'm gonna have to follow this up with a part 2. I feel it in my soul. I feel it. Because I want y'all to really get this message. Like I want this to really hit y'all in the gut. Because we have to break this cycle. We cannot continue moving and operating in the same way that our parents and our ancestors did. We have to break this cycle, y'all. It hurts me to see my people just stuck and conform to this box of life and survival where we have so much potential to be more, to do more, but we scared. We are scared to start the business. We are scared to bet on ourselves. We are scared to evolve. We just want to stay stuck in this maze of life. Yeah, we got to do better. We have to do better. I hope this episode got through to somebody. Thank y'all for holding space with me today. Yeah, I just be getting all this off my chest. Everything that's been bottled up for years and years and years. I'm just letting it flow out now. I found my voice. I want to see y'all living, man. I want to see y'all start living and enjoying your lives. Until next time, I wish y'all the best. And I'll see y'all in the next episode.